Welcome back to Simple Sharnat. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do have videos coming, but I had to take a break because I have not been the best physically and also mentally. I started therapy in 2023, and I had stopped for a short while, and then a sequence of events happened, and it made me realize that I needed to go back to therapy. The reason why I started therapy, and I'm not going to go into details, is because a lot of things happened to me while I was a child, and they have left scars that are so deep, and they are taking forever to heal. A lot of people do have their own traumas to deal with, and we kind of tend to bury it, like, and never deal with it. Then it tends to raise its head, when things happen in our life, or we get into relationships, or just when things pop off. Then the stress, the reaction that we have is something that was already built in because of things that we have that were not dealt with. And one of the first things, I was really scared going to therapy. I knew I needed therapy for years. I knew I needed it. And I was really scared going because I've never been, and I didn't know like what to expect. But she was very welcoming, and she made me feel comfortable. She asked me if I ever went to therapy before, and I was like, no. And then, she asked me like, why is it I think I need therapy? Don't quote me verbatim, okay? Because I'm just talking about something that happened in 2023. I don't remember exactly. I started the year going to therapy. And from the time I started talking, listen, McCray, I didn't realize that how much things that happened, let us say 30 years ago, has such a profound impact on me. We spoke about things. She gave me coping mechanisms. I got homework to do. As sometimes when I left therapy, I left feeling exhausted. That's the truth. However, today she wanted me to do EMDR because listen, I'm not gonna go into what until I feel like I'm comfortable enough to talk about it. I don't want to go into it. But I had some really messed up things happen to me. Really messed up. When you look at me, you would never think that those things happened to me. And I want to say this: how I am today is because I made a conscious effort to be different and not to allow circumstances to define who I am as a person. And because of that, I don't know why I keep saying and, but because of that, I tend to be very mindful. I have become very mindful, and this is something that comes with age. I tend to become more mindful. I'm very intentional, and I'm very principled. Some people tend to like, if I am your friend, and let me kind of backtrack. Another thing that therapy has made me realize when it comes to my mental health and my well being is that I'm always pouring into people, and I never get things poured back into me. So this is me now pouring into me and taking care of me. If people are part of my life and they really do not offer anything that could help build me as an individual. Yes, we're always going to be giving to people. We're going to give of our time or efforts, but I also need that sort of energy. I also want to have friendships where I could hold a safe space, because I do hold safe spaces for people. But I've never had that. I still do not have that even as an adult. I tend to listen to people and what they say and who they talk about, and I form my opinion based on that. Like, can I be open? Can I be open? Can I trust them? I have come to realize, this is where I will say I'm a principled person, that when people get angry, they say things that you told them about in confidence, and they go on to tell everybody to kind of hurt you because they're hurting. And because of that, I don't have safe spaces with people. And that is what therapy provides for me. It provides an environment where I could be free to express how I feel. Now, when I went back to therapy, I started therapy last week, Monday. Last week. I'm recording this today, the 11th of September. I started therapy back last week, Monday. And she suggested that we do EMDR. She says it's not going to take away the pain, but it's going to make it like more, it's not going to be as like in my face. There are things sometimes that happens and it really triggers me. There are smells that I smell or songs that I hear, and I am really triggered by it. So one of the diagnoses that we were working with is two. She told me I have severe anxiety, and initially she was saying that I have PTSD. That was because based on what I told her and how I am. So there are things that, as I was saying, that really trigger me, and it takes me back to a particular time, and it's like I could visualize it. I could tell you the smells, the colors is very, very vivid in my memory. So she suggested that we do EMDR. I hope I am saying it right. And you could go and Google it and see what it is. I needed to draw a map. Because it's not like she wants me to do details, but she wants me to focus on events, and we're going to talk about it, and all of that. But today when I went, we did this beautiful, beautiful thing where she put like a thread on the ground, and I told my life story. And what happened is that the flowers that you see are the beautiful moments. The rocks that you see are very painful memories, and the candles that you see are people who would have passed away, who I know in my life, who probably would have made a mark. Now, why we did that is because I told her as a child growing up, I do not have a single happy memory. I cannot pinpoint a moment and say, oh, this was like an awesome moment. I can't. I cannot. And I asked her one day, is it my brain just doing this, or is it me who allows the bad to overshadow the happy memories? And I'm saying this, and I am convinced that as a child I never felt wanted, I never felt appreciated. I was verbally abused, I was physically abused, and I am going to let us just leave it there. And those things would have really scarred me as an individual, and I had to make the conscious effort to be like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I always just look in the mirror and I used to be like, oh, girl, you're so ugly. I never liked my lips. I never liked my nose. I never liked my eyes. I never liked anything because of the scars that were inflicted. So today, as I was saying, we did this storytelling, I will call it. She used a word and I don't remember the word. And when I looked at it on the floor, it kind of put things into perspective. Number one, three things I believe I told her it puts into perspective for me. One is that there were happy moments, few and far in between. There were happy moments. Number two is that there were a lot of sad moments, and those are the ones that we are trying to. She always said we're going to try to put it in a nice box and we're going to tuck it away. It's never going to go away. The pain is never going to go away. But when you talk about it, you could be open about it and it's going to be more tolerable. And this again is not verbatim. And the candles that you see are for people who I would have lost and who would have made an impact on me. So I was going to say, I don't know if I said it before, but it put things a little bit into perspective that yes, that my life wasn't all bad. Um, and one of the other things I realized, when you look at things, when you look at things objective, like you're seeing it, like when you do a vision board and you're seeing things, is that if you live long enough, let us say to 80 or 95, a lot of the people that we know they are going to leave us, and we are going to be here alone. I came from therapy today. I ate, and I went to sleep because I worked last night. And let me tell you, I think I have a newfound appreciation of the good things that I have in my life. And the bad things, they still hurt. But today, I choose to focus only on the good things. Eventually, I'm gonna go into details more of my therapy journey, but I was just feeling impressed to share it. I've come to the end of the video. I have some videos that I have recorded already, but I just haven't gotten around to editing them. So if you listen and you've come to the end of this video, I'm gonna thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.